Welcome to the first episode of Studio 771 Quarantine Style. It's Charles Barjon here. I have Antasia and Harmony, and let's do it. So, how are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm surviving. It's just it's a crazy world we're living in right now, man. I mean, from the pandemic, from the pandemic, going all the way into Black Lives Matter and all these new struggles. Just where's your headspace at?
In school early to come home early and dealing with COVID was already a stressor for me because I'm the type of person that works best on schedule and having something to do daily, and coming home to sit home and do nothing kind of messed with my mental space.
I feel that.
So
I
that
got
was one
job.
thing.
It's like,
But I just started back working, so it's helping me out. So I'm not just in my head, sitting in my room all day, just thinking and overthinking. So I'm in a better space now.
That's good. What about you, Harmony?
Yes, I'm doing better now. When I first came home, it was kind of a big transition for me because like Antasia said, being at school, having such big activity. And so coming home, just sitting there doing nothing, it really kind of had a toll on me, overthinking, just being lazy. So now that I'm kind of getting back in the swing of things, I'm doing a lot better. And like y'all said, I'm trying to get a job as well. So I can just kind of keep myself busy.
And it's funny because right when we get into right when we're gonna get used to this new routine, school's gonna start again. We gotta go back to Louisiana.
Right.
And then we're going back early.
Yeah, we are too. And apparently it's like an expedited semester. Apparently,
we start August 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting August 12th, and then we're gonna be home before Thanksgiving.
Oh wow, really? That's crazy.
We'll see. And then that's kind of something to think about. That's something to think about.
Yeah, because at Thanksgiving they're gonna send us home, and then all finals will be online again.
Oh wow. That's not too bad if you ask me.
Yeah, so we're only in school August. Yeah, we're only in school from August 12th to November 22nd, and then we're done.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a little nervous though, because I'm what they consider high risk for the coronavirus because I have asthma. So I'm kind of nervous, getting back down there, being around all those people. I've kind of been protected just staying in my home.
That's true.
So it's definitely something to think about.
And I heard that the classes are going to be kind of like all hybrids. So like we're only going to go to class maybe once or twice a week, apparently.
And a lot of some professors won't be teaching because they're high risk also, especially like the older professors.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting. The whole world has literally changed. Like I wonder, like 10 years from now, I wonder if we're still going to be feeling the effects of this pandemic and like how everything's going to end up.
Yeah.
Right.
But we got to talk.
However, I do have one thing. Go ahead.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said one thing I am nervous about, which is going to go into our topic. I drive from Maryland to Louisiana.
Oh, that's true.
I'm honestly terrified. I wouldn't say terrified, but it's already an uneasy feeling traveling through all those states. But now, especially with everything that's going on, especially with police, I don't like that feeling.
I was just
traveling through 5 states. It's kind of nerve-wracking because it's like, I'm not familiar with this area. They're going to see my tags.
Exactly. I'm scared because it's going to be my first time bringing my car to school. And I've never been pulled over before at all. Okay, I guess I'm like a grandpa driver. I drive like the speed limit. I only go like 2 above the speed limit. I like exaggerate all. That's weird. Did it cut out for you guys too?
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. Anyway, and yeah, so I drive like a grandpa. So I don't know. And I heard Louisiana is kind of notorious just for pulling people over for no reason. So I am pretty scared. I mean,
Yes, especially down south. Be careful down south. Me being from Louisiana, especially, being in school from Baton Rouge, please just be careful.
yeah. I mean, do you guys see that video of the little kid hiding behind the car?
I seen that, and it really hurt my heart because you shouldn't have to feel that way. Like, I shouldn't get in the car and feel nervous driving as far as I am
Right.
Yes.
because I'm scared I'm gonna get pulled over. I shouldn't see a police sirens going off and I'm scared they're gonna come and pull me over.
Honestly.
Like, I shouldn't feel that anxiety when I drive. I already have anxiety driving because I don't like it, but I don't need the stressor of like, oh, I see police lights. Oh God, are they about to pull me over? What did I do now?
Right, like a whole adding layer. And that's exactly like, what did I do? Like sometimes you don't even know what we did, and usually we didn't do a thing. It's just them being mean and rude. And
Exactly.
it's like it's a whole extra layer of like, I guess you can call reality. And I guess that
Mhm.
ties into white privilege and what they don't have to realize or what they don't have to take into account. Because for them, they can just go on a late night drive to clear their head or just go to the store randomly. But I can't just drive at 10 o'clock just for the fun of it, or just walk around
Yeah.
my
Yes.
neighborhood at night for the fun of it. Like, I live in a majority white neighborhood. There ain't no way I'm walking around early in the morning or late at night. It's like,
Yes.
no, man.
And when was this? Last semester? Well, driving home for winter break.
Hmm.
On my way back home in Mississippi, I lied to you guys not. I got pulled over twice within 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh
I lied
wow.
to you not, and I was terrified. Because for one, I'm not, like I said, I'm not from the South. I don't know how things go.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm not used to it. First cop, oh, you swerved. I thought you were drunk. I was pulling over to see if it was a DUI.
Wow.
Yes, that's
That was a whole
crazy.
situation on its own. I'm not going to go into detail. That was done.
Right.
10 minutes later, I wouldn't even say 10 minutes, state trooper pulls us over. You were speeding. And this one really scared the crap out of me because the first police, he was black. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm not all, skin
Right.
folk is your kinfolk, but still
Right.
nerve wracked that I felt a little better because he was black.
Hello, brother.
Right.
Yeah, but the second one, he was a Mississippi State trooper. He was a white tall man with a hat on. And I was like, oh
Mhm.
my God. Oh my God. I said within 10 minutes, really?
That's just
Mhm.
scary.
I was honestly about to pull over and just start it over the next day because I was so scared.
And that's
Yes.
true. Like, I remember
Being from the South is just.
one time I was driving to my friend's house, just here in California, and a cop pulled up next to me. I don't know what I did. Either I was driving too fast or my music was too loud, but he pulled up next to me while we're driving, like making like a really, like, I could have crashed. And he's trying to talk to me through the window, telling me like to like signal with his hand saying slow down or turn my music down. I didn't know what it was, but I was just frozen. I couldn't do anything. I was just staring at him. And then I realized oh my
Mhm.
God, like I need to look forward. Like, what if I run into something? He's over here trying to talk to me, but eventually he just sped off.
Right.
But in my head, I'm like, what is this dude doing? I'm just frozen. Like, it's like a paralyzing fear. Like, I don't know what I'd do if I actually got pulled over. I'd probably like pass out or something
Yes.
just from like the stress of it.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling at all. And it's like it's not fair at all that we really get this freaked out
Right.
because we never know what the outcome is gonna be. Like, oh, is my tail light out? Was I going 5 miles over the speed limit?
Right.
Are
Mhm.
you gonna shoot me because I'm trying to grab my registration?
That's
Yes.
another thing. They
Yes.
give
Like,
all
are
these
you gonna make me
Americans.
get out the car? And
Ugh,
I don't know, but let's get into this topic overall about Black Lives Matter.
definitely.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about the resurgence of Black Lives Matter? Because when I recall back in the Obama administration around 2015, 2016, when Trump was coming into office, we had like the first wave of Black Lives Matter. And I feel like that wave was really, not only was it, you know, sparked by gun shootings, like Sandy Hook and all the homegrown terrorism acts, but also by Trayvon Martin, Alton Sterling, Eric Garner. So how do you guys feel about this second wave? Do you feel like it's kind of a repeat, or do you think it's like a new fire, a new flame, and a new purpose?
Honestly, all right, I'm gonna start I think it's a new flame. Like, of course, I feel like it's still some of the the older issues that have occurred. Like, it's that anger steaming through, but on top of everything that's just occurred, I feel like it's a whole new flame. Like, I feel like we're going 10 times harder than we were before.
That's true.
And like 10 times harder. Like, we had people overseas protesting for us, you know?
Yeah, it's worldwide.
Like, I just feel like, yeah, it's worldwide. All 50 states protest. Like, we're coming way harder, and I'm proud of us because I don't want this to like fade away, and I don't think it is. Like, although it's not being posted as much, people are still out there protesting to this day. You know? And I feel like we're not letting up, especially like the protests we have done that people have participated in, all the petitions. We're opening cases. We're getting people arrested. We're getting people fired. People aren't going to schools because of their racist comments, how they're, acting out about these things. And to be honest, I'm proud of us. I feel like, yeah, there's more steps to go, but I feel like we came hard this time.
That's true. And for it being like a youth-based thing where the kids are really rising up, like that's just a great organization. What about you, Harmony?
Yes, I totally agree with Antasia. I feel like it's a new fire as well. And for two things, I feel like this way. One thing is just because I feel like us as Black people, we are tired. We've been tired for years. And now, with the whole thing it's not that police brutality has not happened, because everybody knows that it has. But as far as we're having more recordings, we're getting more proof. We're seeing these people being innocent and being killed, like Brooks, fully cooperating with the police. We can actually see for ourselves, for people that are naive, that didn't want to believe it.
Right.
And for two, I feel like that simply due to the fact that it was kind of a learning experience in the Obama administration. When the Black Lives Matter first came, it went away. So now people know, okay, what can we do to keep this going? How can we get these people to actually be prosecuted and convicted? What did we not do then that we can do now? So I feel like us as Black people learned from that. And now we're trying to go full-fledged on to make sure we don't make those same mistakes and letting this die down.
Like it was a trial.
So I'm excited. Yes. So I'm really excited on the future,
Me as well, because I feel like we're gonna bring about tangible change this time, because the news isn't covering it anymore, so a lot of people think that it's died down and there's no more protest. But I'm telling you, man, Twitter is like the best news
There's
source.
still protests.
Because every day I see a new protest full of hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, just yesterday, I think Seattle had a all silent protest where nobody made any noise. It was just silence walking through the streets. And I just think it's so beautiful, all the different like forms of protest. Like you have some of the riots, you have some that are, burning buildings down. You have people who are all silent, people who collectively take a knee. So I think it's kind of beautiful to see all these different variations of protests, and you get to see the different perspectives of people throughout different regions of America, because not every state feels the same amount of hatred, even though there's the same overarching system of oppression. You can't compare the same amount of hate I get when I'm in the deep South to what I feel when I'm in California, because it's just two different struggles. California is more of a condescending, systematic type thing, but when I'm in Louisiana, it's just in my face. It's just a Confederate flag painted on the side of the building. It's like, oh, okay,
Yes.
So it's really mind-boggling to me, honestly. And how do you guys feel about people infiltrating Black Lives Matter? The people who, like, for example, a lot of white people have been caught burning down buildings and rioting and looting. How do you
See? Okay, that's what's been pissing me off. Like, some of the protests have been pissing me off because I know, like, the protest itself, there's actual meaning to it. Like, we're marching for our lives. There's people marching with us to say that our lives matter. However, the white people burning down buildings, I feel like they just wanted to be a part of something and do something that they personally wanted to do, and this gave them the chance to do it. And not thinking they were going to get caught. Like, some people just wanted to do like crazy things, with their lives, and just like, oh my gosh, I so wanted to do this before. And this just gave them the, a way to do it and not think that they were going to get, like, their actions were going to get like caught up with them.
Right.
And another thing,
purge and all that.
yeah, like, for one, like, this is not the time for you to be trying to live out your bucket list right now.
Exactly.
Right.
And
And then they've
two,
been blaming it on blacks.
yeah, because they think that's all who's out there and we're the angry ones. Like, yeah, we're angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're mad, but we're not about to do like stuff like this. We're out there, you know. However, I will say there are some people that I feel like Black people too. I've seen white people doing it too. I'm just saying some Black people that were going out there. Like, I understand big stores and everything, but I feel like a lot of some people, not a lot, but some Black people were going out there to benefit themselves.
Mm.
Like, some
Yes.
people that weren't, like, you know, really in tune with what was going on. Like, they're like, oh, shoot, like, they breaking into stores. Like, they don't destroying stores. Let me go in here and get me, like, 30 pairs of Vans really quick.
Right.
Or let me go
Mm-hmm.
down to Lenox and go get me a Hermes bag or some shoes and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not what this is. Like, I get these are white-owned companies or foreign-owned companies, but that's not what this protest is for. It's not for you to go out there and go get yourself a new pair of shoes, a new purse,
Right. It's about
and a new belt.
Black bodies being killed for no reason. It's
Yeah, and I understand these stores can replace everything that was taken,
right.
but that's not the point. Like, yeah, forget the stores if they're not making a statement. Forget the stores. Like, I get they can repay for everything, but don't make this look bad on us that y'all are just going in there to benefit yourselves, not the movement.
Exactly. And in my own city, because
Right.
That's
I'm a
pissing me
part of
off.
my city's neighborhood watch, and that's all they post about. It's like, oh my God, we're so scared they're gonna loot our Walmart, and oh, we need to board up our houses, and yada yada yada, and all these like
Like,
blatantly racist comments. And I was like, wow, still people even
forget Walmart. Forget Walmart. Forget Target. They can rebuild.
right,
Don't
Right.
destroy your uncle's barber shop that's down the street that he worked
Exactly.
his
The
whole life.
black-owned businesses.
Right. Like, yes, insurance is a thing, but they shouldn't have to get that insurance check to rebuild their whole business that they've been working for their whole lives, you know?
Right.
Target,
right.
they can replace everything next week. Walmart, they can rebuild the store. Don't destroy the black owned businesses while you're at it trying to make a statement. Like, you're contradicting yourself.
Yes, exactly. I was so hurt by that because I'm gonna be honest, like Antasia said, when they did burn down the Target, I didn't care because like Antasia said, it can be replaced. But I was really, really hurt when they were sitting there burning down the black owned businesses. And not only is it that, they've lost everything they worked for, but at the same time, you know how much time it's going to take them to try to rebuild that and try to
Right.
gain everything back. That's money and time.
And COVID is already going on. So, like, you don't know how much money they've already lost.
Exactly.
Right.
Because a lot of businesses are going out.
So, like, you don't. Exactly. So, like, a lot of small black-owned businesses already weren't having customers because of COVID. They already had to close, which was already their income. And I can say a lot of people probably weren't getting unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's true.
yes, like I said, insurance is a thing, but why would you want to destroy someone's business that they worked so hard to get if they already weren't getting business due to the whole pandemic that's going on already? Like,
That's true.
you're just
Right.
And it kind of ties in, with the whole people looting and robbing and trying to distract from the movement. It's kind of how the little hashtag war going on, the whole all lives matter, blue lives matter. It's just another method they use to distract from the actual movement. They want to distract us saying, oh, all
Exactly.
lives matter, blue lives matter, just for one, to verify and to give themselves, not verify, justify a reason for them killing Black lives, saying that their occupation matters. And also, to me, it's just like a way to piss Black people off on purpose to distract us from what's really going on.
exactly like, yes, Black Lives Matter. And all lives won't matter until Black Lives Matter, because if it's not all of us, then they don't matter,
Right.
Exactly.
And like the whole Blue Lives thing, it kind of pisses me off because I feel like the people that are saying Blue Lives Matter, those are the type of people that don't push themselves to see how other people live, which is I think that's like a big thing that everyone needs to do in life. You can't just live in your own perspective.
Right.
because you won't get nowhere. You have to be able to sympathize with people to understand what someone is saying. And I feel like everyone that says Blue Lives Matter, they're living in their own shoes and don't want to step foot in mine to see how I'm going to live when I see a police. You, a white person, if you got pulled over, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm fine.
Right.
Like, I'm just going to get a warning. No, like, I get pulled over, I think I might get shot trying to tell him my name or give him my license. Like, I can't say Blue Lives Matter until, like, I can't say Blue Lives Matter until I'm, like, not afraid of them.
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to say, yes, oh my gosh, all police, oh gosh, your lives matter, but please don't shoot me at the same time. Like, no, I'm not going to say that. And everyone that does say Blue Lives Matter, step into my shoes, like, come live a day in my life for a change, or go live in any Black person's shoes for a day. And just go drive. Just go drive the entire day.
Like, this world lacks empathy for some reason. Like, why are people so mad that a group of people, like a nation, of black people are literally crying out saying that we're tired of being shot? And then they want to put statistics like, oh, well, white people get shot more by police and yada, yada, yada. So shouldn't you guys be equally as mad about police brutality? It makes no sense at all. They find every excuse just to downplay our struggle.
Right, like, why aren't you equally as mad? Like, why? Like, yeah, you just pulled the stats up and say, oh yeah, white people are killed just as much. Why aren't you mad about it? You still gonna support your best friend cop?
Right.
Right.
They have no accountability.
But the minute we speak up, like, oh my gosh, Black lives are we're getting murdered by police. Be quiet. All lives matter. Blue lives matter. Okay, I want your nephew to get shot because he tried to reach for his registration in his glove box.
Right.
Or he fell asleep because he went to a party last night and he was drinking and he didn't want to drive drunk.
Right. Or
I want you to shoot. I want you to shoot him.
Right. Or your little cousin or a little boy playing in a park with a toy water gun gets shot. Like, how about your little brother goes play with a toy water gun in the park? Like, it's not the same reality at all.
We can't send your son to the
outside anymore.
Yeah, like, send your son to the corner store. Let him just buy a snack at like 10 o'clock and cook for me. Let's see if he makes it.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, he made it back? Oh, Trayvon didn't.
Right. Exactly. What about you, Harmony? What are your opinions on this whole hashtag war?
I honestly feel like, I totally agree with what y'all are saying. It's basically just to distract us and to just keep us from uplifting each other. They hate to see us together. That's why they try to divide us so much. Right. And to me, it's honestly just stupidity and not ignorance, because, when you're ignorant about something, you're lacking knowledge, but they know what's wrong. They know how we're, getting killed by the cops. They know how everything is just not the same for us, and they're just choosing to not to support us. So that's just plain stupidity, and how is it? And it's always been confusing to me, because how is it that Blue Lives Matter? What do y'all have to be scared of? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that my skin scares you? Is it because we're smarter? Are you fearful of that? I mean, that really just makes me really angry. You know what I'm saying? And I just hate how they try to say, well, we're human beings. The police are scared too. Scared of what?
Right.
Scared of what? You have all this training. You're the one that's armed. Like, what are you fearful of?
It's like a deep down guilt.
Literally, especially with the... Go ahead, Charles.
I said, I think it's a deep down guilt that they feel, like, for like slavery and oppression and Jim Crow. And I feel like kind of like how when I think it was when Nat Turner's rebellion happened, how a bunch of slaves across the entire nation were immediately punished and things got more brutal, because it's like a whole guilt factor. It's like, oh my God, they're rising up. Like, what do they do this to us? What do they do we did to them? So I think they're kind of scared, honestly. And I wouldn't say they should be scared, but they probably have nightmares every night. It's like, oh my God, what if they did what my great grandfather did to them and what they're still doing to us? So I don't know.
Yes.
I think they're lucky that Black people are pretty loving people and forgiving people, because
to be honest, we go through too much. We could have really went off before this, but we didn't.
Yes. Honestly. And I seen this post and it was like, they better be lucky that we're only asking for equality and not revenge. Because I mean, if
Right.
we really wanted to, we could have just all of this down. I
Right.
just
Because
I
what are
just
they
hate
gonna
that
do?
fact. Exactly.
Is this
Exactly.
It's too many of us for them to even punish us all. What are you gonna do?
exactly?
Yes.
Segregate everything again? Like, what are you
Exactly.
gonna do?
And then they'll really be out of it then, because if they went to the point where they segregated us, do you know how powerful we would be? Like, for
How
example,
broke
how
they
they
would be?
always exactly take advantage, like for instance, the NFL, HBCUs, like the athletes and how smart we are, they'll be in for some trouble.
They beg us to come back.
To be honest.
They would beg us.
Yes.
Beg us to come back.
The NBA
Yes.
is gonna be trash. NFL is gonna be trash. Like,
Yes.
I forget the
what
statistic.
And
y'all
I
gonna
feel
watch?
like they do that.
Right. Like I forget the statistic, but I read that Black people collectively are one of the like richest people on the planet. Just spread out pretty much.
Yes.
We're not all focused on one continent like everybody else. So we don't get to use our wealth to like better our
Mhm.
stuff. But collectively I heard that we're very, very, very rich. Probably the richest.
Yes, and I feel like that's why they try to divide us so much, and they try to do everything to keep us down, because if they know that if we come to power and we actually realize our worth and realize how powerful we can be, we would be the strongest in the whole world.
Literally.
That's why they try to keep us how they have us.
And that's why they always like plant these little mini arguments between us. I mean, it's so annoying when I see
Yes,
Black people arguing
Like,
with Black people.
black on black crime.
Yeah, like Black on Black
yes,
crime. Like it's so like destructive to their own communities. Why don't you focus on that first and yada yada yada? But it's like, what about white on white crime? That's just crime, but you don't call it white on white crime.
exactly,
Crime is crime, dude.
Right.
Like, come on
exactly.
now. And at the
They
same
don't
Wrong
like
is
time,
wrong.
when you have a group of people who've been oppressed for hundreds of years, who have been given the short end of the stick for years, do you really expect them to not commit crime? They have to survive.
Exactly.
It's not even about crime most of the time. It's really about feeding your kids at the end of the day, getting your
Yes,
mother a birthday present, or you know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
really
getting
yes,
about
paid.
survival.
Like, literally what you said. Like, black people are trying to survive.
yes,
Like, literally the neighborhoods we're in, where we're located, our overall regions that most of us live in, like, it's bound to happen, but they won't see that because they're not there.
Right.
And then if they were to go to those parts, like the white neighborhoods that are like, the same, it will be white on white crime, but it's not a thing to them. Oh, it's just crime. Like, okay.
exactly.
Right. It's
They
kind of
try to
like
keep that on the hush, but they
y'all
are,
saw that movie, The Hate You Give.
Yeah.
yes,
It's just like that movie when the girl asked her uncle. It's like, so you're telling me that you won't pull over the white person who's a drug dealer in his neighborhood, but you'll pull over a Black person? And the cop, who was Black, literally said, yeah, I'm not gonna pull over the white person. It's just like, why? It's like, what did we do?
yes,
You know, if anything, the
And that's
world should be pretty scared of European people because they're the real gangsters around here.
no
exactly. We've been
lie.
gangsters for years.
No
Terrible.
lie. And to be honest, what black people, yeah, smoking weed. Pull up, you get a white person, they're the ones doing coke, they're doing acid, they're doing all the
Yes,
hardcore stuff.
beans.
And Black
Yeah,
people
like
go
they're
to
doing all
Yes,
the
jail.
hardcore stuff.
People go to jail for life.
And
For
black people, you're smoking a J, even though there's a dispensary right by your house. I'm still gonna arrest you, even though you probably bought it from the dispensary, which is very much legal. But this white person over here, he's doing coke. I didn't see him. I'm gonna keep my day going. Like, what?
And a lot of white people now are owning
yes,
these dispensaries and these businesses and making money off of something that pretty much we've been arrested
Well,
for
in prison, black.
years.
exactly.
It's kind of like, it's
Hmm.
literally just like slavery, bro. Like us consuming a
Yes,
product,
and if you really
making
look
them
at the
money off it
amendment,
and them owning it. It's so sad.
yes, and if you really look at the amendment, like when they abolished slavery,
Right.
it basically said that it's abolished unless you did a crime. So that's why they try to lock us away for so
Right.
many years off of marijuana and this, because that's their way to try to keep us as slaves.
Exactly. I'm telling you, one day I gotta bring justice to Angola prison in Louisiana. So I heard it's one of the most ruthless, like uncivil, unlawful places ever. It's just so sad. I think they
Oh
don't they
yeah, it
have
is.
chain gangs there. Like it's ridiculous. It honestly is. But what would you guys
Mm-hmm.
say is keeping you guys afloat in this time? What's keeping you guys grounded?
Me personally, I guess I would just say what's keeping me afloat, I guess, is my faith and my hope in God. You know, that's really what's the only thing that I can really just depend on, and I'm just keeping my faith. I know that He has me. I know that He has our people. I know that everything that we're going through, I just keep my hope that it's not in vain.
I agree 100%.
And I just keep
Same. Honestly, I have faith in the Black community. However, it's God at the end of the day. He's
the
been
faith.
working with me this far, so I know He's not going to let me down. And I feel like how much changed so far with the protests and everything that the Black community has done, the change that we've seen, and the the action being brought in this such like short amount of time. I have no doubt that we're gonna break ground on something big.
Definitely.
You
Yes.
know, like I feel like more people are being woke to what's going on now. We've had, cases reopened. We're getting like people are actually getting fired this time and not on administrative leave.
Right.
You
Right.
know, like I feel like we're moving somewhere. And like I said, God is making this happen.
Right.
Like he's here with us.
Definitely.
Yes. I couldn't
And
agree
I'm
with
not
you
gonna
more.
give up. Like as long as me and God are good and I like all my faith is to him and he's still keeping me alive, like I know I still got a purpose and everything's gonna keep going.
Right.
Yes.
Because I
So
believe deeply that as long as we have faith, courage, and a just cause, which this is a just cause, anything's possible. I heard a wise man once say that with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still beat Goliath even in the 20th century. So now we're in the 21st century and we still got faith, courage, and a just cause. So I think we're David and the system's Goliath and we're going to hit him with that stone. And I think we're going to make a better world for our children and our children's children. Because honestly, our grandparents are still alive. People who marched in Washington, people who were raised in, like my grandmother's from Memphis, Tennessee, and she's told me plenty of stories of discrimination. So honestly, to me, it's more of a matter of I can't let this continue. It can't go past, in my opinion, in my like mindset, I can't let this go past our generation. I can't let my brother live in a world that's just so evil and cruel and cold. I just hope that one day this can all change. It needs to change. And with that being said, what do you guys think our communities can do? What do you guys think we can do better as organization wise or maybe just studying wise? Do we need to educate ourselves more? Do we need to come together more? What do you guys feel?
okay, I feel like what I'm about to say may come across as controversial in a way.
Hmm.
However, I feel like as the younger Black generation is growing, even like teenagers and stuff, I feel like we just need to educate our youth on what exactly our rights are.
Right.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I get like I'm not a fan of police whatsoever. However, I feel as though like when we do get pulled over, like we need to I wouldn't as sad to say practice of how it's gonna go down. Like don't give them any extra, anything extra to where they're gonna be even madder than what they already are towards us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to get like I'm not gonna get pulled over and then come with straight attitude and full force.
That's true. I agree.
Right.
Because
Some people like poke
yeah,
the,
like I feel like poke the bear. Like I understand like we have every right to be angry if we're getting pulled over, but I'm just saying, especially with everything that's going on now and what we know and how they already treat us, don't poke the bear. Like don't make the situation any worse. Like yeah, be mad after, pray in the moment that everything just goes well. I just feel like we need to educate everybody, our community, on how to handle being pulled over. Understand what exactly your rights are. Know they can't search your car due to the smell of weed anymore. So like know that. Like don't be like, oh, okay, I'll get out the car because you smell weed. No, that's not how it's supposed to work. Like,
Right.
we need to educate our people on our rights and how to, like, go about police interaction. I think that's
Right.
what, yeah. I think that's all. I feel like, oh, yeah, I think that's it.
What about you, Harmony?
Yes, I totally agree with you all, and I also feel like we should just educate ourselves on our history so that we can
Yes.
see our worth. Because a lot of us as Black people, we don't really know what we are. We don't know that we were kings and queens. We don't know that we were wealthy. We don't know what our worth is. And so a lot of times, in the Black communities, they can grow up believing what white people tell us that we are. And so they don't really feel a reason to fight. They don't feel a reason to question that because they're like, okay, this is what I'm being told. And especially in schools, what we're being taught is not true history.
Right.
So I feel like we should just educate ourselves on our true history, invest in ourselves, continue to buy from those Black owned businesses, continue to put money in our own communities. And like Antasia said, when it comes as far as being put over by the police, know your rights, know how to stay calm in a situation because, like she said, they are looking for any reason to just let anger go. They don't care what it is. They're looking for anything. And I just feel like we should just stay prayed up, educate ourselves, and I feel like everything will be okay. I feel like we're making change, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Right. I agree 100%. I think education is the key to all things. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Because I feel like if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. So we have to be aware of our past. We have to be aware of all of our roots because, a lot of people like to just study Egypt and Egypt only, but you got to study who you were in West Africa, who you were in East Africa, Central Africa, who we were when we came over into Haiti and Jamaica, the East Coast United States, and, the Congo. We have to understand the entire history of Black people and our entire struggle because it really grounds you and it gives you a sense of awareness and it gives you a broader perspective because when you're educated, you now say to yourself, all right, if people are rioting and looting, what happened back in 18 whatever or 16 whatever, and how do they overcome that struggle and what can we do different now? Because honestly, if you forget history, you're going to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And we don't want to do anything in vain.
Exactly.
So like you said, we need to study not only history, but even myself, I need to do a better job of studying the law. So I really know what to do in that situation and what to say. I need to understand both California and Louisiana's laws when it comes to being pulled over and just my rights in general. And I also feel that the children need to be taught, to love themselves and to love their skin, to love their culture because I'm a big family person, so I love talking to the kids in my family. And a lot of them will say, oh, I'm yellow this, I'm brown skin this, dark skin this, or, oh, I don't like her because she's dark this, or, oh, I don't want to be Black, I want to be brown. So I feel like it's, we have to
Exactly.
really start at home and we have to make sure kids understand ain't nothing wrong with being Black. Ain't nothing wrong with just being Black. You don't have to try and be like, oh, I'm Native American this, or I got a 2.5% Irish. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? It's okay to be Black, y'all.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's a beautiful experience to be Black. Yeah, it's a little dangerous, but it's fun. Trust me.
Beautiful.
You're going to love it. So,
Fun. The culture, all about the culture.
right, just to be
Yeah,
proud. Be
there
proud of
is.
yourself. To have an identity, like you can have an identity besides being American. A lot of people are all caught up in being African American. It's okay just to be Black, or it's okay just to be African, or it's okay just to be who you are. Just how everybody else is fine with just being German, or fine with just being Chinese or Korean or Russian. Everybody else has a sense of
Right.
pride and deep passion for who they are. And so can we. Even though we don't know exactly where we come from, you can still have pride in who you are, in at least the grand scheme of things, I guess. But with that being
Exactly.
said, you guys have any closing remarks?
I just feel like overall, Black people love ourselves, know how much of a change we personally can make, know how much us being Black is worth.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can make change. We can make just as much money as anybody else can. I don't want little Black kids growing up thinking, oh, I'm going to stay in the hood forever because I'm Black.
Right.
Love yourselves. Know how much, you are smart. You will make money.
Right.
We're priceless. Just know that.
It's a must.
Yeah.
And I guess before we get off, I just want to say we are the SU771 Alliance. We are the organizing body of Southern University. And if you guys want to join us in the fall when we return to school, please come out to our meetings. You can follow us on Twitter at 771 Alliance. And just come out and organize, learn how to make actual tangible change. Remember to, stay educated, stay safe, stay blessed. And this was Studio 771. And we'll see you the next Wednesday. All right, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.